Hey friends, welcome to That's a Ray podcast. I'm your host Ray, and for today's episode, we're going to be talking all about confidence and how to build confidence in a world that makes you doubt yourself. So let's get into it. I personally feel like the world and the people around us have made us doubt ourselves so bad to where we don't even feel like we can do even the smallest things. We literally feel judged before we even do anything. I always think about when we would present in school, and I know this is like me. I know a couple people that felt this way as well, but for me, this is like a big thing where I would always want to go in like the middle. Like I would never want to go first. I wouldn't want to go second. I would always want to go in the middle just because I want to see like how everyone else does. It gives me enough time to like prepare, and I just don't want to wait all the way until the last person to go. The whole time when people are presenting, I wouldn't even be paying attention to what they're talking about because I would be stressing. I would be thinking about, oh my gosh, what if I mess up? What are people around me going to say? What if like I do something dumb? The whole time I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about my classmates judging me instead of thinking about my presentation and how I'm going to present what I need to present. All the what ifs are all negative, but there's no positive what ifs. I wasn't saying, oh, what if they love my presentation? What if they're like so engaged into it? What if I do really good? What if I get an A? All because of my classmates. I'm thinking of what my classmates are going to say. The main culprit of why we lack confidence is social media. Social media does so much harm than it does good. Like, yes, there is good parts of social media, but anytime like you think of anything negative, it somehow just goes back to social media. When you're on social media, people who post, it's just a glimpse of their life. It's just a highlight reel of their life. They're only sharing what they want to share. They're only sharing the small parts, and those parts are all good. They're not sharing the bad or the real moments. And there is some people who do. And I love watching those contents. It's just so relatable and so real. I feel like now we're in like an era where people are starting to like slowly show the real side of them and like the non-perfect pictures. Especially when like, what is it called? When you would do, I can't think of it, photo dumps. That's when I feel like we're starting to kind of go back to just posting whatever. Like we're not thinking about the picture. Photo dumps reminded me of 2013 Instagram where you would just post random stuff. I remember about 2012, 2013, we would literally just post a random picture of a tree, of our food, of the grass, of the sky, like just random pictures and put a filter on it. We would post pictures with our friends and it would be the most unhinged, easy picture. Like it would just be us just being goofy with a filter on, and we would post it. We wouldn't think about it. We wouldn't be like, hey, does this picture look good? Should I post this? Is this the right angle? Does the background look good? We didn't think of anything. We spend hours figuring out what picture to post. Back then, we took not even 10 minutes. We just posted the picture right in the moment. Now we take so long to post a picture. We're asking people, should we post it? Instead of just looking at it, making sure, it's good, and then posting it. We overthink and we overanalyze all of the pictures we post, all of the videos we upload. That's our confidence not being strong. We're not confident enough in the picture that the picture is going to do good, whether we send it out to people or we stare at it for 10 minutes or an hour. And I know when you stare at a picture, it gets uglier. So it just makes everything terrible. We don't need to just stare at pictures anymore. If it looks good, just post it. Because if you stare at it for too long, you're going to be like, nope, I'm deleting it. And it's probably a good picture. The next one is constant comparisons. As a society, we have been pressured to look, to act, and succeed in a certain way to be perfect, to have it all together. You see somebody who is dressed nicely and has like a really good job and all of this stuff, doing really well, and we just automatically think that they have it all together. But we see somebody who dresses in sweatpants or jeans and a sweatshirt or something, and we just assume that they're like struggling or they don't have it all together, like how the other person does. And that's not true. The person with the suit on or the dress on might not even have it together. They might be struggling, and the person in the sweatpants probably has it all together. Like Adam Sandler. He literally dresses in basketball shorts, a hoodie, and he just goes out about his business. Whole time he has like a mansion, a Rolls Royce, like all these fancy stuff, but he doesn't show it. he doesn't look like he's all together. By how he dresses, he looks like a regular person that probably has a 9-to-5 job. But in reality, he makes millions. So it's like we don't have to look a certain way to be able to have it all together. And we lose the confidence that we have in ourselves when we see those people that have it all together. We just automatically assume that they drive this car or they wear this and you don't wear that or you don't drive that car, then all of a sudden you're not good enough, or you're struggling, or you don't have it all together, when that's not true. And I talked about this in my previous episode, where you feel behind in your 20s. This goes into the constant comparisons. You see everybody else that's in their 20s, same age as you or younger, and you just assume that they have it all together because of what they're posting or, what they're saying and how they look and all this stuff. But you never know what that person is actually going through. The thing is, we have too many opinions and we have too many influencers that affects our confidence. We hear all these outside noises and we get influenced by it. Instead of just being confident in ourselves, we're confident in other people, and we let those people affect how we live our life, the things that we do, the things that we say, the way that we act. The thing about social media, it's like high school drama, is it will be a thing for a day, and then the next day it's gone. No one's ever going to bring it up until years later, months later. You see on TikTok a trend that we all have to do. We all hop on this trend, and then 3 days later the trend is gone, and then we're on to the next trend, and we just forget about it. So with that being said, it literally doesn't matter what you do, how you do it. Just live your life. People are going to tell you that it's wrong the way you're doing this, you're not doing it the way that you should, and all of this stuff. It doesn't even matter. That person's opinion doesn't matter. What you do doesn't affect them in any kind of way. If what you're doing is the way that you feel good and confident in, keep doing it. Don't let somebody else tell you what to do and downplay what you're doing. Just do you, because you could be the trendsetter. A person could literally tear you down and say, oh no, like that's not good enough, like you shouldn't do it. Bring your confidence down, and then boom, you never could see how good your idea, your goal, or whatever you had going on could have been based off somebody else's opinion. If you don't listen to what that person said and you went out and did it, it could have blew up. You could have had a whole clothing line, you could have had a whole business. Be confident in what your idea or vision is. And if you don't listen to the outside noise, you just do what you want to do, that's how you gain confidence. And if you hesitate to do something, it's not that you're not confident enough. You're just constantly challenged to where it makes you not even want to do what you want to do, because you know that there's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be people that's going to hate on you. There's going to be people that challenges what you have going on or what you want to do. So it just brings the confidence level down. So you have confidence. It's literally there. You just have to build it up. You just have to bring it out. Okay. I'm going to tell you what is destroying our confidence. So like I had mentioned, it's comparison, overthinking, seeking validation, and negative self-talk. It is so easy for us to overthink. I'm an overthinker. It's one of the easiest things to do. As soon as you want to do something, you just think of all of the what ifs, and you think of every possible scenario of what could go wrong. I think everybody has a moment where they overthink something. And also it's easy to have the negative self-talk. It's easy for us to think of it's probably not going to work out, because we see that it's too hard, or we think it's too hard, it's too far away. So we instantly go into it's never going to work out. And then we instantly go into other people aren't going to like it. What if no one watches it? What if no one buys this? What if no one sees the vision that I have? Always go to the negative self-talk, and we always go into the negative what ifs instead of what if people love it? What if people buy it? What if people listen to it? And I seen it's a TikTok trend. Well, I don't think it's a TikTok trend anymore. Like I said, TikTok trends, they come and they go. But I had seen where it was like, they were saying like, what if this happens? All like the negatives. And then it flipped to like the positive of what if it goes good? What if it works out? So that's literally how it is in real life. Whatever you want to do, just ignore the negative what ifs and bring up the positive what ifs. Think of what would happen if I do it. What is the good that could come out of it, instead of what is the bad that can come out of it. So confidence is not being perfect or having it all together, and it's not being the loudest in the room. Confidence is trusting yourself and showing up even when you're unsure. It's being okay when you're not everyone's favorite. It's keeping your head held high, knowing your self-worth without constant validation from other people. Confidence isn't being loud or being the loudest in the room. It's being secure. You can be the quietest person in the room and they have the most confidence. I know we'll see the people that are the loudest in the room and we think, oh, they have so much confidence. And then we see the person that's the quietest in the room and we automatically assume that they don't have confidence. But that's not the case. Just because they're quiet doesn't mean that they're not confident. Just because they're loud doesn't mean that they're confident. You never know what people are going through and why they're so quiet or why they're being so loud. We shouldn't automatically assume that this person is confident because of this and this person's not confident because of that. I thought about that. Sometimes the loudness drowns out the insecurities or the hesitations that person has. And we would never know because they're the loudest. It's blocking out all of the insecurities, all the negative self-talk, all the hesitations that they had. So don't look at somebody else and go based off what they're showing on the outside and assume. And don't just get your confidence off that person just because you're assuming. Build your own confidence. Don't look at others for validation. Look at yourself for the confidence. All right, so now we're going to get into what you've all came to listen to, which is how to build confidence. The one that I feel like is the most important on building confidence is understanding that the small wins count and the small wins are very important. If we acknowledge the small wins, then we can easily acknowledge the big wins and we can build confidence off those small wins. Because the smallest things, if we get happy for, if we feel like, oh, we achieved something, you're building that confidence inch by inch just off of the smallest thing. And then when the big achievement comes, the big win comes, now your confidence has boosted even more. And talk to yourself better. Like I said, catch the negative self-talks, talk to yourself with positivity, bring positivity into your life and try to wash out all of that negativity. Replace the lies with the truth. That's what we need to do in 2026 and beyond. Replace any lies that were told to us, that we told ourselves, and replace all of it with the truth. Another way to build confidence is to have trust in yourself. When you trust yourself, you know that you can do what you want to do and you can get it done. And that brings that confidence out. The same way you trust other people, if you trust that somebody can get you across the street, you're confident in that person. So have that same mentality for yourself, that you trust yourself enough to get over this challenge or this hurdle, and you're confident in yourself that you can do that. And then limit comparison triggers. Unfollow or mute those that make you feel less than. Take time off social media if you have to. If you are on social media and that's where the comparison comes into play, and that's where that, you lack the confidence, is because you're going on social media and seeing all this stuff. Take a break and do something productive. Listen to encouraging or motivating podcasters, YouTubers, influencers, content creators, and even read books that help build you up instead of bring you down. Be around friends, family, or to people in general that don't bring negativity and don't knock down your confidence, but instead they bring your confidence up. Be around those people more and talk to those people when you feel your lack of confidence coming in. And this is another big one too. Do the things that you're afraid of. This will actually help build your confidence up. If you do the things that scare you, that terrify you, that you in a million years would never think that you would do, then you know that you can literally do anything. Because if you achieve and you do the things that you fear or that you once feared, you will literally have the mindset of, if I did that, there's nothing that I can't do. So do the things that you're afraid of. That will build your confidence up so much. And get rooted in something deeper, your faith, your purpose, your identity. This will help you understand your self-worth, and it will build your self-worth up. And that leads into having confidence and building your confidence up. When you do this, you're anchoring your self-worth into unchanging truths rather than other people's opinions. People's opinions change frequently, the same way that social media does. But God's opinion, God's thoughts, the way that God sees you never changes. So if you put your faith in Him, if you figure out what your purpose and your identity is through Christ, then you will be so confident because you know that you can do anything through Christ and you know that He made you for a reason. If you think that, then no one can tell you anything. People's opinions will not matter to you. And the last one is to focus on your lane. Just like how you drive, if you look at the next person's lane, you take your eyes off the road, you're going to either crash, you're going to swerve into the next lane, you're going to cause another car accident, and it's just going to be hectic. But if you focus on the road, then you're just going to go straight. You're not going to cause any issues. You're just going to be smooth sailing. And that's the same with our life. If you're focused on the next person and what they have going on and what they're doing in their life, you're going to miss what opportunities you have. You won't even see those that are rooting for you, and you'll never know what's right in front of you because you're looking to the left, to the right, or to the back. Something that I want to remind you guys of is God didn't create you to be somebody else. He created you to be who you are designed to be, who He wanted you to be. You have to be confident in knowing that you are unique and you are here for a reason. And once you figure that reason out and you figure out what your identity and your purpose is, everything will fall into line and your confidence will be at a high. And before I end this episode, I want to leave you guys with this as well. Confidence is not built overnight. It's built daily. It's something that you constantly work towards and you constantly build up. So make sure you encourage yourself every single day. You celebrate those small wins, you celebrate the big wins, and you don't look for other people for validation. And yes, it is good to get acknowledgement. I do want to make that clear. But don't go based off how many acknowledgments you have, how many times people clap for you, how many times somebody has gave you props. Because when you do, every time somebody doesn't give you your props, they don't give you praise or clap for you, then you're going to feel like you failed. And that's when the lack of confidence is going to come in. But you didn't fail if somebody did notice. If you know that you did that, if you know that you ate that up, but somebody didn't acknowledge it, somebody didn't notice it, does not mean that it never happened or you didn't do what you did. And sometimes people don't always acknowledge you for every single thing that you accomplish. As long as you acknowledge yourself and you acknowledge every single thing that you did, that's all that matters. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to have those little reminders and things to think about. Thank you guys for chatting with me. I hope this episode was encouraging and it encouraged you to build your confidence up and to have confidence in yourself. Ignore the haters. Don't listen to other people's opinions and what they got to say, and to not let the world doubt you. Don't let anyone doubt you, and trust in yourself. If you know anybody who's lacking confidence, struggling with their confidence, just unsure and doubting themselves, send them this episode. I would love to have them get encouraged and help build their confidence up a little bit. I will see you guys next Thursday.